As the Trump administration struggles to find its footing amid a cloud of controversy, a senior official is stepping aside. Communications Director Mike Dubke submitted his resignation May 18th, though it's unclear when he'll serve his last day in the White House. His upcoming departure comes as speculation about a broader staff shakeup reaches a fever pitch.
Thanks for having me back.
Former Trump campaign hands, like David Bossie, are playing coy about whether they may soon be headed to the West Wing.
I'm not going to say that that there's something sitting on the table for me to pick. It's an ongoing conversation.
As Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, faces scrutiny in the FBI's Russia probe, sources tell CNN he isn't going anywhere, and that, for now, Sean Spicer's job is also safe. The press secretary reemerged in front of the camera for the daily briefing today, his first since mid-May, and insisted the president's priorities are on track.
The president's legislative agenda is in full swing.
But in the chaotic West Wing, crisis management is putting the brakes on the agenda. Trump, venting on Twitter Tuesday, said the U.S. Senate should switch to 51 votes immediately and get health care and tax cuts approved fast and easy. Dems would do it, no doubt. But both of those issues are slated to move through a process that only requires 51 votes. The biggest problem has been getting Republicans on the same page. Meanwhile, the president isn't making key decisions that lie within his control. He hasn't named a new FBI director, though he's interviewing 2 candidates today. He hasn't made a decision about whether to send additional troops to Afghanistan. And he hasn't announced whether the U.S. will remain in the Paris Climate Accord. Fresh on the heels of a trip to NATO and the G7, where Trump privately criticized German officials, Trump took his scolding public Tuesday, tweeting, "We have a massive trade deficit with Germany. Plus, they pay far less than they should on NATO and military. Very bad for U.S. This will change." This as U.S. allies like German Chancellor Angela Merkel are suggesting America is no longer the world leader it once was, and it's time for Europe to step up.
The times when we could completely rely on others are, to an extent, over. I've experienced this in the last few days, and that's why we Europeans must really take our fate into our own hands.